The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100. Now, the debt ceiling talks, the Fed discussions, the voting happening now. We have quite a bit to talk about. Now, over the course of this weekend, we had a nice gap up. I'm not going to BS you. We're going to jump right into this juicy content of really where we're at on the day. This morning, right in your open, we're slingshotting into highs. Okay? We look really good. I'm not going to lie to you. Fantastic movement. Exactly what we wanted to see. Almost into 14.6. Beautiful, beautiful action. Now, throughout the day, we obviously see some selling off. Now, before we jump to any conclusions and we start to jump to say, oh, well, we're turning around, this is a reversal, let's look at a few things here, okay? Really quick. Just, I'm jumping around a little bit, but let's just talk here. On the SPY, how's your volume today? Let's get some questions answered here. Pretty low, 66 million in the after hours. Maybe we go to 70, maybe we get a little bit more, okay? So we have some low volume here on the day as well. You can go to Qs as well if you think I'm BSing or just looking at the S&P, looking at Nasdaq specifically, historical average, a little bit higher here. We had a lot of that come in early this morning, but again, nothing crazy. And again, buying coming in here in the after hours. Okay, so let's get some visual here. A lot of that upside happening this morning, pushing us into, local highs or new local 52-week highs, right? Pushing us. Then we start pushing down through the day. So my opinion, rushing through today, had some profit taking happening, right? We reported something on Twitter this weekend. You buy the rumor, you sell the news. We anticipated a debt ceiling to get raised. We got what we wanted. That's the tone that's set now. But I do believe we have some action that we don't want to miss this week. We have some good trades and some great opportunities. The last time I said opportunity was not this past Friday, but the Friday before. What happened there? Giving you, again, a visual of the opportunities that are laying in front of us. And sometimes the best opportunities come off of pullbacks. Again, 2 Fridays back, go watch the video, May 12th. I challenge you, go watch that video. One of the best opportunities right there. You came back, touched the top, and we never looked back. You went up over 1,000 points to the upside, around 1,200 points on Nasdaq. Nvidia, AI, tech, semiconductors, cloud names went berserk. And there's still some sectors I'm liking today. Now, before we get into that content, I ask you to consider doing 2 things. Liking and subscribing helps out tremendously, but only do it if you think you get something out of this channel, right? I only ask that if you like the channel and you like the content. Every single day we are posting, so you are prepared in this market. The Discord link is down below. June 1st, these prices will rise. $30 for basic access, $60 for full access. Again, if you're looking to get around like-minded individuals, Discord may be for you. We have a lot of free content, so I never want anyone to feel pressured into joining. Between this YouTube channel, Twitter, the newsletter, there's so much area, and the live streams every single day at 10:30 a.m. Central. There's no reason for you to have to subscribe to get all the content still. But if you want to be with us all day long, ask us questions, learn exactly why and how we're doing it, the Discord may be for you. So again, let's dive in here. Now today, what was I doing today? What was our focus? I want to start there before we go into tomorrow. Now, again, the narration of trading has been this. If you want to go long, we go long on tech. If you want to go short, you go short either on SPY or the Dow. The end. That's it. SPY or Dow. You can't go short on anything else. Okay. Tech is off limits for shorts, in my opinion, if you like money. If you don't like money, you can throw it away trying to short tech right now. So if we look really quickly, I want to take you through some of the stuff I was looking at. Over the weekend, I did have Nvidia. Okay. So Nvidia, I highlighted what was happening. I mentioned it in the video as well from the, I believe either Friday or Sunday. I don't know which video I mentioned it. Nvidia looked really good for a break up to 400. I said Nvidia 400s next week around 5.4. Pretty risky, but making higher lows. I think this could easily break into new highs personally. Now, people had the opportunity to exit on Friday because I had the great trade right there, but I decided to hold mine. I was up around $2,000, but boy, was this the right move. This morning, we woke up. I took profits immediately. I mean, I could have honestly made over 20K on this position. They ended up running to 14K. I'll have it on TradeZilla so you can see the trade breakdown on Twitter tomorrow. But 14K on the NVIDIA. Running a little bit further, what else are we trading? Tesla bull flag over the 200 MA. This is also on Twitter as well. A 3K trade there. Another winner there. That's what we're looking at. The next one I'm looking at is snow as well. So again, I try to give you guys the juice as well here so you can see my logic and my viewpoint. You can also check out Twitter if you want to get a better viewpoint there. So that's what we're looking at there. And to give you a visual of some of the winners that we had today, just real quick so you can see, not making it up. Okay. If you don't have to lose or post it in Discord, I don't really care. Right? Do what you got to do. 700% on Netflix. Congratulations, Razlish. Jesus Christ. And if you're looking to get these trades and where I use my broker specifically, it's down below. Interactive brokers. TOS is okay. I'm not going to lie. I like TOS if you're a beginner. It's probably the most beginner friendly and what you should be using. Webull is absolute trash. Your fills are garbage. You're not getting any interest on the money that's in your account. It's absolute trash. Webull, Robinhood, wouldn't be using them. I think Fidelity, Interactive brokers, Lightspeed are your best ones. I use Interactive brokers. You get almost 5% on available cash earning interest. Another huge positive. Taking into account, do what you got to do. Let's get back into it. Now, I said opportunity. Now, what the markets want to tell us today is that you're dropping, you're pulling back because you're losing steam. Okay, you're losing steam from the AI. It's over. We're losing steam. I'm very careful when I say this, because I don't want to lead anyone astray. I don't want to lead you with the wrong viewpoint. But let's talk about where you're holding. And I want to start with SPY, because I think SPY and I think ES are the most interesting now. Because if we can get the breakout on ES and on SPY, S&P futures, I believe we have a more sustained rally. Because to get to a real bull market, we need everything to move. We don't just want one area, tech, semiconductors to run. We want everything to start moving along with this train. And we look here today, look at where SPY did. It looks very similar to something that we saw previously. You're breaking up on this is the daily chart, and you end the day right on previous highs mounted. Right above 420 as well. Very interesting behavior. We go over to ES, the futures here, and you're ending right above as well. Right above those February highs as well. Mounted on top of those August, 26 highs as well. What we want to see, around 42.15 and above 42.09. Exactly what you want to see, right? Now, is this an area that you hammer calls, you go long? I'm not saying that. But I have to be able to look at this and recognize the opportunity that's being established in front of us. So I like where we're at. Now, again, if we start to lose 4,200 here on the chart, we get back below, no harm done. We take a step back, we reevaluate what's happening here, and we move forward. But as of now, above 42.09, that level, we continue to say we are operating, in my opinion, in a bullish structure. Okay? We've continued to say this as you make higher lows, higher highs. You look good. It's exactly what you want to see. And you can see higher high, higher low. And well, you actually establish a lower low for a second, you break back up. This is what you want to see. Okay, the Nasdaq, I don't have to say anything here about tech. I don't want to do too much DD here on the Nasdaq, okay? But I do want to tell you something. You're already above this level we talked about, okay? And let me get rid of this. This little channel thing is kind of bugging out here. So the main level I was watching too is right about here. Right, this 14, 3 flat. Okay, now look at this level, this line right here. Let me get rid of these other lines so you can see. Okay, you didn't even get the test to the downside there today. Okay, that was the previous highs that we had established, that resistance we talked about, which we just went straight through. So we love it. We love the action we're getting. In my opinion, I don't think you could be more excited here. Right, looking very good. Now, really quickly, before we go into stocks I'm loving, let's go over VIX, DXY, and bonds. We look at VIX. You're still operating around $17, okay? Again, you look beautiful. This is where you operated on VIX when you pushed to all-time highs back in 2021. I'm just saying, if you're operating the same way, I don't think there's a reason to flip to a bear side yet. Again, you get above 20, I think there's reason for caution. But again, look at every time we pushed to, $20, $21. Rejected. Quickly. Buy your step back in continually here, right? Really quick as well, going over Bookmap. Down below, link is down below if you want to check them out. Giving you a visual of what's happening here on the heat map, okay? just take a quick look, right? So we're pushing down. We're getting sellers all day long, getting sellers trying to step in here on ES. We know ES volume has been lackluster, even on the downside pushes. And then at 4,200, the key level, right? We see monster buying start to happen here. Monster buying, big buy order right there, not letting you get below. Into the end of the day, from basically 1:30 into the end of the day, you saw one sell order come in here. But for the most part, it was all to the upside. A lot of buying, smaller buying, but still accumulating those orders. Your CVD dominated by buyers as well, making that buying pressure noted into the end of the day towards the upside. Again, what we wanted to see. Ending the day with a nice iceberg of 3,000 lots. Your biggest order on the day is to, again, the upside. At lows, at that as well. This is what we want to see, okay? We like what we're seeing here on the heat map and what's happening behind the scenes here, okay? Now, we also have the House discussing what's going to be happening with this vote, right? Passing the debt ceiling. I think that's a lot of the FUD today, right, with the downside. And I think downside on the day, I was here for it. I was excited. I welcomed downside today because, again, where do you get your entry opportunities? Is it on the breakout? No. You get your entry opportunities on the retest of resistance, right? If 4,200 was the resistance, we break above it. When you retest that 42, that's your opportunity to buy, right? That's when you take the opportunity, especially based on this volume, okay? Now, diving a little bit deeper, let's look DXY. Everyone's been real concerned about DXY lately. Okay, DXY, you're hitting it. You're hitting a resistance, in my opinion, hitting this little trend that we have. But again, I think DXY is disconnected from what's happening with the market because of all of the manipulation specifically towards the dollar in this BRICS discussion. Over the weekend, I want to give you a visual, just highlighting real quick, something that I talked about here. And this is on Twitter, so you can go check it out if you want. It was something that I retweeted over the weekend. Okay, I want to make it really quick, really short, to the point here. Venezuela, one of the many communist countries here in this world, surprise wants to work with BRICS, right? If you don't know, this is basically the idea that's going to destroy the petrodollar and the dollar as a whole. If you look at who's working with this to dethrone the dollar, it's mainly every communist country out there right now. Am I worried about the communist countries establishing the one world currency and dethroning the dollar? Personally, I don't think our allies are going to want to work with them. Surprise, right? Every basically evil company, or not evil company, evil country in the world, Brazil, who's known for nationalizing and taking control of all of the banks there. There's like 3 major banks. Google it for yourself. You learned it in college, learned it even in high school economics. Look at what's happening with China. The Middle East wants to work with them. Super cool. They seem like trustworthy guys. India is the only one that's like borderline normal. Don't even know if we can say that. But again, that's the countries that are trying to work with BRICS. Am I concerned about that? Not necessarily. Understand that. Again, yeah, my viewpoint there. The dollar, I would love to see it stabilize. Oil, again, more drop, more downside here on oil. As long as oil drops, I think this is the best thing possible for inflation data. You will see inflation data go off of this, okay? So again, oil dropping, good for inflation, my opinion. Energy costs go down. Again, the most important here, though, are your bonds. And you saw the most downside on the shorter term bonds today. The 2-year, down 3.3% at the end of the day. 3% here on the 5-year. 2% on the 10-year. And then around 1% on the 30-year. So what you're having happening is shorter term dropping faster, which is what you want to happen. The longer ones, the 30-year, holding higher, a little bit, stronger right now, which you want to see. So the inversions start to go back to normal, right? They're already fully inverted. You want to see those get back to normal and start regulating. That's what you want to see. You already saw the 5-year get below the 30. This is a step in the right direction. The 2-year is still above the 30, which is not ideal. But again, what I am watching there. Okay, again, going into gold, what are you seeing here? You saw a little bit of a bounce on the day, but not much. It's still kind of range trading there as well. So I want that to be known of where you're at there. So as far as those fundamentals, I'm not too worried. I'm not stressed out about those whatsoever. But you know what? This is the best time of the video. We get to go over the plays we love, the plays we like. The plays that are stepping up to the plate. Now let's go over them. Okay, again, a few days ago I mentioned QCOM. I said stock buying. It was the best buy you could do right now. I loved it. I started hammering this thing because it was lagging all other semiconductors. Where were you at when we mentioned it? We mentioned it originally 106. We averaged in again at 101, 102. We go over to the daily, and I said in the money options are awesome, also a great option. You go to the weekly time frame. What is this level? This is your level from 2000, people. 2000. The dot-com bubble. Bounce off it once again. I'm telling you guys, some of these long-term opportunities are once in 20-year opportunities that you're getting here. QCOM, love it. Love the name. Almost up, 20%. You love to see it. In the money options, congratulations. Pat yourself. You did it. Okay, next one. We love cloud names. One of my favorite ones here is Snow. Okay, Snow. And I ain't talking about Snow White. I ain't talking about the party juice. Okay, we're not talking about neither one of those. Now, we look at Snow. We look at the daily. You have a daily gap at 172, giving you a better visual, something like the 2-hour chart. I'm actually going to go to the 1 hour because it looks the prettiest, and I posted this one on Twitter also. Now I'm going to go to the daily so you see that there. I'm going to bring up the 200 SMA, as you can see. So today, a lot of interesting things happened here. Okay, let's talk about it, right? As we break it down, this is your daily gap right there, 172.16. Near the end of the day, you have a bull flag forming out here as well, as you can see there, and you're above the 200 SMA mounted. You look great. I love it. I think Snow looks fantastic. Even short-term upside, possibly towards like 166. That's like being like even conservative, okay? Very conservative. So I'm absolutely loving it. On top of this, with the cloud names, CrowdStrike, all these others, CrowdStrike has earnings tomorrow in the after hours. Look at the run you've been on. Snow would be following the same path if it wasn't for its earnings, and its earnings weren't necessarily bad. And they're getting into the AI space. So Snow, I absolutely adore those guys. I love them, love them, love them. CRM as well has earnings, and they're just going straight up. So again, as you have that earnings happening, I think it's a safe name to play into earnings. I wouldn't be getting over risky, over leveraging, but I love Snow. I think it's undervalued here. I think it has opportunity to rip. And you guys know I love spotting a good juicer, a good value play, and giving you guys the best possible setups. Now, again, you have good names. You have names like Tesla, which is mounting above the 200 SMA. And again, one of my favorites. I'll day trading this is a breeze. It's beautiful. I told you guys, if you can survive the bear market, when you start getting back into a bull market, it's the easiest action to trade. It's a day trader's literal paradise. You love it, right? If you're in Discord, you're seeing it. You're seeing the ease. You show up, you take a few trades, they play out, you're done. You don't have to overtrade because the trades that are there get the movement, they get the volatility, they give you the entry, they give you the exit. That's all you need. There's no reason to overcomplicate it. Tesla gave us that multiple times today, right? So what are you doing here on Tesla? You're mounting over some of these levels we're watching, okay? You're getting over the 200 SMA, and you're holding it great. Here in the last hour, great candle as well. You kind of chop sideways here on top of the 200 all day long, even with weakness on the indexes. You get a 100-point pullback on Nasdaq, 40 points on ES, and you still are holding here. Buyers are loving Tesla. Tesla upside 206 and then into 214. You start breaking 214, and I'm telling you, put on your dancing shoes because we're going somewhere special when you break 214. I'm telling you right now, mark it, bookmark it, clip it, do what you got to do because I'm telling you now, Tesla's looking special as well. Next one up, last one for the day. I'll stay here too long. I can stay here too long today. It's Amazon. Okay. If you want to go get this whole breakdown, it's on my Twitter. The link is down below. God bless the broken road, baby. I can't. SOB, shortness of breath, right? That's what we're feeling right now. Giving you the visual. Okay, giving you the visual. 122 goes all the way. This is the weekly chart. It goes back to 2021. You can see 1, 2, 3 to the 4. Snoop Doggy Dog. Woo! I'm telling you, I'm getting a little excited here, right? Have the ascending triangle forming out. Now you have the false breakouts happening here. You can call us a pennant. People are trying to call it a pennant. I think it's more of an ascending triangle here forming out. You're trying to break above. You need to get above like 122.5, 123 to get confirmation. But when we show you here, there's a lot of illiquidity up into 130, 133. Again, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just showing you what I'm excited about. I'm just showing you what I'm looking forward to. So what are we looking for? We want to see some good news out of what's happening about the debt ceiling. Okay. I think continued good news about what's going to happen with inflation numbers. I'm not going to lie. I still think, especially with energy getting crushed. Okay. We're stair-stepping our way to success, boys and girls. Stair-stepping our way. We're going. We're taking the march. I appreciate you that have been with me throughout this ride. They doubted the move to the upside. I don't hear them anymore. We don't hear the shills anymore in the comments. We just keep on trucking. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, traders.